This podcast was sponsored by JJ Marketing Advantage. We are way more than just a marketing company. We are almost family. We're proud to offer the highest quality, most unique merchandise and services on the market today. From our family to yours, we put lots of love and careful attention to each item and service. We hope you enjoy our work as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. At JJ Marketing Advantage, we are passionate about helping our clients achieve practical results with real impact. The company was founded in 2007 and named after Joshua Jacquot, hence the name JJ Marketing Advantage. Today, JJ Marketing Advantage is a global strategy, consulting and marketing firm with clients and presence in the North Americas, Europe, and Asia Pacific. Josh Jacquot acts as the firm's Chief Executive Officer. We are in the business of advising clients, many of which are facing unprecedented change and disruption in their industries and need a fresh perspective on their most pressing business challenges. Our ongoing aim is to help clients succeed. We examine these challenges and new ways to produce breakthrough insights and deliver unique solutions. We provide insights that impact our clients using our unbiased, fact-based, rigorous approach to uncover business truths and smash the competition. Whether it's a global pharmaceutical company evaluating its strategy to develop new cures for diseases, an airline seeking new revenue sources in a challenging deregulated industry, or a global footwear company repositioning its brands, our clients rely on JJ Marketing Advantage to help them meet their toughest challenges and take advantage of their biggest opportunities. Our deep industry expertise, analytical rigor, and the knowledge that it takes to turn insights into action are the hallmarks of our approach. We are both analytical and creative. We communicate, design, develop, and publish to influence, experience, move, and inspire. We understand that there's more to marketing than making you look good. We go to work every day to help grow your business. We are that strategic partner. You're experts in everything digital, brand, and marketing. We can be reached at www.jjmarketingadvantage.com or give us a call at 1-877-322-JJMA. That was 1-877-322-5562. We are located at 895 Don Mills Road, Suite 900, Toronto, Ontario M3CU1W3 Canada. This podcast has been powered by www.kickthemedia.com. That was www.kickthemedia.com. You can find us on all major podcast platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and many more. Kick the Media was established in early 2016. It was found under the grounds to entertain other people around the world. Kick the Media was registered officially as a business in late October 2018. Our goal is to provide local Southwestern Ontario news with the opinion of everyday people. We have also had an interest in the food scene in the HYQG area and will eventually expand to other places. We also love to have special guests on our show to see how they made it from start to the place they are at today. If you have not had a chance to listen, hear us, and let us know what you think. Then in early January of 2020 underwent some new ownership changes, and we plan to bring Kick the Media back as an entertainment production company that supports a wide range of podcast shows. Artists, long and short film producers of any platform. We want to open up an easy-to-use platform for companies to assist newcomers in the industry. Even if you're a professional at what you do, see how we do things at Kick the Media and tell us if you like our style. This podcast has been powered by www.kickthemedia.com. That was www.kickthemedia.com.
Boom with Buffalo Josh is a health podcast. The reason why Boom with Buffalo Josh started is because over the last several years, me and myself, Josh, have suffered with multiple health issues. I have been involved in multiple accidents, and I'm having a very hard time dealing with my daily living activities. With that being said, I want to share my experience, my strength, and my hope with all of you, and make sure that you know that you're not alone. And the best part about this is I want to have guests on my show to be able, maybe doctors, nurses, students, that are studying, get their opinion, get their suggestions, Come on, tune in, and we shall have a boom of a time educating ourselves. Welcome, everybody. Thank you all for listening, and welcome to another beautiful episode of Boom with Buffalo Josh. Yes, I will be your host, Buffalo Josh, aka Josh Chico, and I appreciate this is episode 4, still season 1, but if you guys missed out last week's show, it was on protein powder. I highly recommend that you guys go check it out. Hopefully you guys had an awesome week. We're currently living in we're living in interesting times, that's for sure, with the coronavirus going on, the pandemic, these riots and these protests going around the world, not even just in Canada, not even just in the US, but around the world. And, I'm trying to bring some positivity and some entertainment into the world and other topics rather than, the pandemic and these riots and whatnot. If recently, I'm not even going to talk about most recent news, but if you haven't, I highly recommend you go check out the most recent phone tag news episode. It is on the website. You can go to www.kickthemedia.com, or you can look us up on any major platforms. Just type in Kick the Media or type in the show that you want to listen to. But today, anyways, so we are on episode 4. I'm already smoking a nice joint on the episode, but during the whole nice commercials and the new intro, I actually dig it. So thank you guys for coming up with that. But with that being said, it's just roaches today, guys. Sometimes you gotta smoke them. They do add up. They do pile up. But on a positive note, I did take my goalies today. So if you guys did have a chance, promo code BuffaloJosh420 is still available for goalie.com. I highly recommend you go check them out. Me and myself, I've lost 15 pounds in the last month. But that's also with proper dieting and trying to exercise as well, too. But today's episode, we have a very juicy, a very tasty, and a very liquefying episode for y'all. Last week's episode was on protein powder, and what more better way to go with protein powder than water? Now, if you didn't guys already know, we need water as a necessity to live, to survive. So there's a couple different articles I've looked at. To be honest with you, with this week's episode, I'm really just winging it. I really just want to make sure that my joint doesn't go out because I don't got a lighter. But anyways, so there's a lot of interesting things that are going on. So I decided to look up, some research on water and whatnot. And the World Health Organization, if you guys didn't know, actually has a health topic on water. And what they state is water is an essential for life. The amount of fresh water on Earth is limited, and the quality is under consistent pressure. Preserving the quality of fresh water is important for the drinking of water supply, food production, and recreational water use. Water quality can be compromised by the presence of infectious agents, toxic chemicals, and radiological hazards. They have a whole list. You can certainly check that out at who.int/topic/water/en I will also include the links in the description like always. There's a couple other things that I brought up with those things. With drinking water facts that were on that site is in 2017, 71% of the global population, which is 5.3 billion people, use a safe and managed drinking water service. And my joint went out. But that's okay. That is one located on the premises, available when needed, and free from contamination. 90% of the global population, which is 6.8 billion people, used at least a basic service. Now, a basic service is an improved drinking water source within a round trip of 30 minutes to collect water. Now, 785 million people lack even the basic drinking water service, including 144 million
billion people who are dependent on surface water. Now, globally, at least 2 billion people use a drinking water source contaminated feces. Now, contaminated water can transmit diseases such as diarrhea, chloride, dysentery, thyroid, I think it says, polio. But didn't we already extinguish almost polio back in the day? Anyway, we're not talking about polio, we're talking about water right now. And contaminated drinking water is estimated to cause about 485,000 die-hole deaths each year. By 2025, half of the world's population will be living in water-stressed areas. In least developed countries, 22% of healthcare facilities have no water service, 21% no sanitation service, and 22% no waste management service. Now, just to start a little bit of an introduction here, safe and readily available water is important for public health. Whether it's used for drinking, domestic use, food production, or recreational purposes, improved water supply and sanitation and better management of water resources can boost countries' economic growth and can contribute greatly to poverty reduction. In 2010, the UN General Assembly. Interesting facts. And like I was saying, in 2010, the UN General Assembly expectedly recognized the human right to water and sanitation. Everyone has the right to sufficient, continuous, safe, acceptable, physical, accessible, and affordable water for personal and domestic use. That's very, very interesting. Now, do you know for drinking water services, our suitable development goal targeted for 6.1 calls for universal and equitable access to safe and affordable drinking water? The target is tracked with the indicator of safely managed drinking water services. Drinking water from an improved water source that is located on premises available when needed, and free from any fecal and priority chemical contamination. Now in 2017, 5.3 billion people used safely managed drinking water services. They used improved water sources located on premises available when needed, and free from contamination. The remaining 2.2 billion people without safely managed services in 2017 included 1.4 billion people with basic services, meaning an improved water source located within a round trip of 30 minutes. 206 people with limited services or improved water source required more than 30 minutes to collect water. Now 435 million people taking water from unprotected wells and springs. There was about 144 people collecting untreated surface water from lakes, ponds, rivers, and streams. Sharp geographic and economic inequalities persist not only between rural and urban areas, but also in towns and cities where people living in low-income, informal, and illegal settlements usually have less access to improved sources of drinking water than other residents. Now, for contaminated water for water and health, contaminated water and poor sanitation are linked to transmitting diseases such as cholera, diarrhea, dysentery, hepatitis A, thyroid, or polio. Absence or inappropriately managed water and sanitation services expose individual preventable health risks. This is particularly the case in healthcare facilities, where both parties and staff are placed in additional risk of infection and disease when water, sanitation, and hygiene services are lacking. Globally, 15% of patients develop an infection during a hospital stay, where the proportion much greater in low-income countries. Management of urban industry and agricultural wastewater means the drinking water of hundreds of millions of people is dangerously contaminated or chemically polluted. Some 829,000 people are estimated to die each year from diarrhea, it looks like, as a result of unsafe drinking water, sanitation, and hand hygiene. Yet diarrhea is largely preventable, and the deaths of 297,000 children aged under 5 could be avoided each year. If these risk factors were addressed, where water is not readily available, people may decide that hand washing is not a priority, thereby adding to the likelihood of other diseases and diarrhea. is mostly widely known disease linked to contaminated food and water. But there's other hazards. In 2017, over 220 million people required treatment for schistomatis, an acute chronic disease caused by parasite worms contacted through exposure of the infected water. In many parts of the world, insects that live or breed in water carry and transmit disease such as dengue fever. Some of these insects, known as vectors, breed in clean rather than dirty water, and household drinking water containers can serve as breeding grounds. The simple intervention of covering water storage containers can reduce vector breeding and may also reduce contamination of water at the household level. Now, for economic and social effects, when water comes from improved, more accessible sources, people spend less time and effort physically collecting it, meaning that they can produce in other ways. This can also result in greater personal safety by reducing, the needs to make long or risky journeys to collect water. Better water sources also means less on health, as people are less likely to fall ill or incur medical costs and are better able to remain economically productive. With children particularly at risk with water-related diseases, access to improved sources of water can result in better health. Therefore, better school attendance with positive longer-term consequences for their lives being better. They improve and better quality of life. Now, with challenges like climate change, increasingly water scarcity, population growth, demographic change, and urbanization already poses challenges for water supply systems. And, with the pandemic that's currently going on, by 2025, half of the world's population will be living in water-stressed areas. Reusing of wastewater to recover water, nutrition, or energy is becoming an important strategy. Increasingly, countries are using wastewater. For ignition in developing countries, there represents 7% of immigrated land, while the practice, if done inappropriately, poses health risks. Safe management of wastewater can yield multiple benefits, including increased food production, options for water sources used for drinking water. Irrigation will continue to evolve, with an increasingly reliance on groundwater and alternative sources, including wastewater. Climate change will lead to greater, fluctuations in harvested rainwater. Management of all water resources will need to be improved to ensure provision of quality. Now, the World Health Organization is responsible as an internationally authority on public health and water quality, who leads a global effort into preventing transmissions of waterborne diseases, advising governments on the development of health-based targets and regulations. Now, the World Health Organization produces a series of water quality guidelines, including on drinking water, safe use of wastewater, and safe recreational water environments. The water quality guidelines are based on managing risks, and since 2004, the guidelines for drinking water quality promote the framework for safe drinking water. The framework recommends establishment of health-based targets, the development and implement of water safety plans by water suppliers to most effectively identify and manage risk from catchment to consumer, and independently surveillance to ensure that water safety plans are effective and health-based targets are being met. WHO also supports countries to implement the drinking water quality guidelines through the development of practice and guidance, materials, and provisions of direct country support. This includes the development of locally relevant drinking water quality regulations and aligned principles in the guidance of the development of implementing and auditing water safety plans, strengthening of the surveillance practices. Now, some of those things can be the guidance for drinking water quality, water safety plan resources, or developing drinking water quality regulations and standards. Since 2014, WHO has been testing household water products against the World Health Organization health-based performance criteria through the WHO International Scheme to evaluate household water treatment technologies. The aim of the scheme is to ensure the product protects users from the pathogens that cause diarrheal diseases and to strengthen policy, regulate, and monitor mechanisms and national levels of support to appropriate targeting and consistency and correct use of such products. Now, the World Health Organization works closely with the UNICEF in a number of areas concerning water and health, including water sanitation and hygiene and health care facilities. In 2015, the two agencies jointly developed the WashFit, the Water and Sanitation for Health Facility Improvement Tool. An adaptive of the water safety plan approach, WashFit aims to guide small prime health care facilities in low and middle income settings through a continuous cycle of improvement through assessments, prioritization of risks, and definition of specific target actions. A 2019 report described particularly steps that countries can take to improve water sanitation and hygiene in healthcare facilities. Now, once again, this can be found on the description, and this is by the World Health Organization, and you can simply just go to who.int/topics/water/en for English. They also have many other languages as well too. There are a couple other good topics on there as well too. One thing I did want to cover is a little bit more of how much water you need to drink in a day, right? So I came across a article from Mayo Clinic, and it's under healthy lifestyles, nutrition, and healthy eating. Now, did I do that? Did I really do that? Did I? I really just did that, but that's okay. We're going to move on a little bit here now. Now, nutritional and health eating. Now, in depth with water of how much you should be drinking every day. This is by Mayo Clinic. Staff done by Mayo Clinic. How much water should you drink in each day is a simple question with no easy answers. Studies have produced various recommendations over the years, but your individual water needs depend on many factors, including your health, how active you are, and where you live. No single formula fits everyone, but knowing more about your body needs or for fluids will help you estimate how much water to drink each day. Health benefits of water is your body's principle of chemical components and makes up about 60% of your body weight. Your body depends on water to survive. Every cell, tissue and organ in your body needs water to work properly. For example, water gets rid of waste throughout your urination and perspiration and bowel movements, We all like to have a good poop once in a while. It keeps your temperature normal, and it lubricates and cushions your joints and protects sensitivity tissues as well too. A lack of water can lead to dehydration, a condition where it occurs when you don't have enough water in your body to carry out normal functions. Even mild dehydration can drain your energy and make you tired. How much water do you need? Every day you lose water through your breath, preparation, urine, and bowel movements. For your body to function properly, you must replenish its water supply, consuming beverages and foods that contain water. So how much fluids does the average or healthy adult living in a temperature climate need? The National Academy of Science, Engineering, and Medical determination that an adequate daily fluid intake is about 15.5 cups or 3.7 liters of fluid for an average male or man, and about 11.5 cups or 2.7 liters of fluids a day for the average female or woman. These recommendations do cover fluids from water and other beverages and food. About 20% of your daily fluid intake usually comes from food and the rest from drinks. Now, what about, advice to drink 8 glasses of a day? What we normally hear. You probably heard the advice, drink 8 ounces of glass of water a day. Now, that's easy to remember, and it's a reasonable goal. Most healthy people can stay hydrated by drinking water and other fluids whenever they feel thirsty. For some people, fewer than 8 glasses a day might be enough, but for other people, it might need more. Factors that influence water needs: you might need to modify your total fluid intake based on several factors, including exercise, environment, overall health, and pregnancy or breastfeeding. Now, if you are going to go out and do some exercising, if you do any activity that makes you sweat, you need to drink extra water to cover those fluid losses. It's important to drink water before doing any, workouts before and after. If exercising is intense and lasts more than an hour, a sports drink can replace minerals in your blood, such as electrolytes lost through sweat. Now, as the environment is hot or humid, weather can make you sweat and requires additional fluid intake. Dehydration also can occur at high altitudes. Now, for your overall health, your body loses fluids when you have a fever, vomiting, or diarrhea. Drink more water or follow a doctor's recommendation to drink oral rehydration solutions. Other conditions that might require increased fluid intake include bladder infections and urinary tract stones. Now, if you are pregnant or plan to, have a pregnancy in the near future, or if you are currently breastfeeding or gonna plan to breastfeed in the near future, it's good to know that women who are pregnant or women who are breastfeeding need additional fluids to stay hydrated. The Office on Women's Health recommends that pregnant women drink about 10 cups or 2.4 liters of fluid daily, and women who breastfeed consume about 13 cups, 3.1 liters of fluid a day. Beyond the tap, other sources of water, you don't need to rely only on what you drink to meet your fluid needs. What you eat also provides a significant portion. For example, many fruits and vegetables such as watermelon and spinach are almost 100% water by weight. In addition, beverages such as milk, juice, and herbal teas are composed mostly of water. Even caffeinated drinks such as coffee and soda can contribute to your daily water intake. But water is your best bet because it's calorie-free, inexpensive, and readily available. Sports drinks should be used only when you're exercising intensely for more than an hour. These drinks help replace electrolytes lost through perspiration and sugar needed for energy during long bouts of exercise. Now, if you are going to do long amounts of exercises, sport drinks should be used only when you're exercising intensely. Now, for more than an hour. These drinks help replace electrolytes. Energy drinks are different from sports drinks. Energy drinks generally aren't formulated to replace electrolytes. Energy drinks also usually contain large amounts of caffeine or other stimulants, sugar, and other additives. Staying safely hydrated, your fluid intake is probably adequate if you rarely feel thirsty. Your urine is colorless or light yellow. A doctor or a registered dietitian can help you determine the amount of water that's right for you every day. To prevent dehydration and make sure your body has the fluids it needs, make sure water for your beverage of choice. It's also a good idea to drink a glass of water or other calorie-free or low-calorie beverage with each meal, or even and also between each meal. Drinking water before or during any after exercises is very good as well too. Drinking water if you're feeling a little bit hungry. Thirst often confuses with hunger, although uncommonly it's possible to drink too much water. When your kidneys can't extradite the exercise water, the sodium content of your blood is diluted. Hyperthermia. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. I probably didn't. Which can be life-threatening. Athletes, especially if they participate in long or intensive workouts or endurance events, at a higher risk of I'm not going to try to pronounce that, but generally through drinking too much water are in rare healthy adults who eat an average American diet. Now, you can find that by going to, we're not going to pronounce that. I will definitely try to put that in the link, but you can go look it up. It's on how much should you drink every day, and it's by Healthy Lifestyles. And I will attach those two links. Like I said, I really just kind of threw this episode together. I really didn't know what I was going to do. I was like, maybe I'm just going to do some topics on water and talk about that, right? Because I was thirsty. And, it's always good to be educated on certain things. That's the point of this podcast is, to educate not only you guys, but I'm also educating myself at the same time, too. And it's a beautiful thing, that's for sure. But with that being said, we need water to survive. Our body's mostly made up of water. And water is like a liquid gold on this planet because, nowhere in this universe. I mean, they do say that they have found bits and pieces on Mars. I mean, I haven't been able to see the proof. Have you? Have you been to Mars yet? Because if you have, send me some pictures. You can certainly send us a text message at 1-877-KTM-2016. Send those picture messages to us, and we'll love to see those Mars pictures. Or even contact us at kickthemedia.com. But with that being said, water is very interesting, and maybe on What's That Taste, we'll have a little water taste off between different waters. But at the end of the day, personally, I used to drink bottled water, but now I have the Brita filter, and that's why I drink my water. I drink out of the tap. Before, there is a taste between different waters, and there is a taste between normal tap water and filtered water. I do filtered water for multiple reasons because I drink lots and lots of water because, my body's still healing. Water does help cushion the joints, helps cushion the spine. And, it's good to also to try to feel full is the easiest way to say it. Yeah, and I could have just kept blabbering. I'm a little upset that I only got through half of my joint, but that's okay. That means I got half for later. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys. I've been checking the statistics on here, and I've been noticing people have actually been downloading this podcast. Can you believe that? There's actually some people who are actually listening to Boom with Buffalo Josh. I wasn't expecting it to take off. I was maybe expecting 1 or 2 listeners or 1 or 2 downloads, but it seems to be doing pretty good, and I appreciate all of you guys doing that. And if you guys are listening to this podcast, if you guys can do me a huge favor, go to www.kickthemedia.com, and our social platforms should be attached on there somewhere. But I'm sure if you go to Facebook and type in Kick the Media, we should pop up. You can just do / or whatever it is, Kick the Media. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Kick the Media. Make sure you like, you follow, you share, subscribe. We have some daily news on there throughout the day. Make sure you like it, you comment it, you share it, because sharing is caring. And I can't do this podcast alone. I can't make Boom with Buffalo Josh successful with just me, because it's a we thing. We're gonna see how this takes off. We're gonna see how the comments go, how everything else goes, and it's been brought to my attention. Maybe I should start coming up with another podcast. And I'm a very busy person, but I really want to do something because with me being in recovery per se, and being in recovery for the last 10 years of my life, I want to do a podcast based on that because we need to basically destigmatize a lot of things. There's still a lot of stigma on the alcoholic or addict, whether they be recovered or not recovered. But that's something we need to bring up to the forefront with a lot of other things as well too. So if you guys have any suggestions or any comments or concerns, please reach out to us. Let us know. And we'll see if it goes. If it goes, I'll come out. But as far as Boom Buffalo Josh, it's a health podcast. We're going to continue to go down that route. Next week's episode, I don't know what we're going to talk about yet. Maybe about milk. But we'll talk about something because that's the whole point of this podcast is different subjects. I mean, originally we were supposed to have guests on here, but we've kind of pivoted a little bit. But that's okay. We also just had the opportunity to I had the opportunity to interview Greg off of Suburban, I believe Suburban Folks is what it's called. Is this podcast? Yes, Suburban Folk, Folk. And I had the opportunity to interview him on Who Is That, which is also on Kick the Media. So go check that out. That actually just got released a couple days ago because I can't remember that this podcast ain't coming out for a couple days. But that podcast was released on June 17th, and it is available on all platforms. So make sure you go like, follow, share, subscribe, and download and comment. And I think that's about it. I think I'm going to end it here. I had enough talking about water. I appreciate all you beautiful people listening to me today and hear me talk for the last several minutes. And yeah, that's a wrap. Anyways, this is your host, Buffalo Josh, aka Josh Jaco, and I'm out of here. Cheers, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the water talk today, H2O, and hopefully you got something out of it, because I know I did. I got a very dry mouth right now, and I gotta go refill my cup. So hopefully you guys stay safe, stay positive, remember to practice social distancing, try to do something nice for somebody to pay it forward. It's as simple as saying hello to somebody and making their day. Cheers, guys.
This podcast was sponsored by JJ Marketing Advantage. We are way more than just a marketing company. We are almost family. We're proud to offer the highest quality, most unique merchandise and services on the market today. From our family to yours, we put lots of love and careful attention to each item and service. We hope you enjoy our work as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. At JJ Marketing Advantage, we are passionate about helping our clients achieve practical results with real impact. The company was founded in 2007 and named after Joshua Jacquot, hence the name JJ Marketing Advantage. Today, JJ Marketing Advantage is a global strategy consulting and marketing firm with clients and presence in the North Americas, Europe, and Asia Pacific. Josh Jacquot acts as the firm's chief executive officer. We are in the business of advising clients, many of which are facing unprecedented change and disruption in their industries and need a fresh perspective on their most pressing business challenges. Our ongoing aim is to help clients succeed. We examine these challenges in new ways to produce breakthrough insights and deliver unique solutions. We provide insights that impact our clients using our unbiased, fact-based, rigorous approach to uncover business truths and smash the competition. Whether it's a global pharmaceutical company evaluating its strategy to develop new cures for diseases, an airline seeking new revenue sources in a challenging deregulated industry, or a global footwear company repositioning its brands, our clients rely on JJ Marketing Advantage to help them meet their toughest challenges and take advantage of their biggest opportunities. Our deep industry expertise, analytical rigor, and the knowledge that it takes to turn insights into action are the hallmarks of our approach. We are both analytical and creative. We communicate, design, develop, and publish to influence, experience, move, and inspire. We understand that there's more to marketing than making you look good. We go to work every day to help grow your business. We are that strategic partner. You're experts in everything digital, brand, and marketing. We can be reached at www.jjmarketingadvantage.com or give us a call at 1-877-322-JJMA. That was 1-877-322-5562. We are located at 895 Don Mills Road, Suite 900, Toronto, Ontario M3CE1W3 Canada. This podcast has been powered by www.kickthemedia.com. That was www.kickthemedia.com. You can find us on all major podcast platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and many more. Kick the Media was established in early 2016. It was found under the grounds to entertain other people around the world. Kick the Media was registered officially as a business in late October 2018. Our goal is to provide local Southwestern Ontario news with the opinion of everyday people. We have also had an interest in the food scene in the HYQG area and will eventually expand to other places. We also love to have special guests on our show to see how they made it from start to the place they are at today. If you have not had a chance to listen, hear us, and let us know what you think. Then in early January of 2020 underwent some new ownership changes, and we plan to bring Kick the Media back as an entertainment production company that supports a wide range of podcast shows. Artists, long and short film producers of any platform. We want to open up an easy-to-use platform for companies to assist newcomers in the industry. Even if you're a professional at what you do. See how we do things at Kick the Media and tell us if you like our style. This podcast has been powered by www.ckmedia.com. That was www.kickthemedia.com.
Boom with Buffalo Josh as a health podcast. The reason why Boom with Buffalo Josh started is because over the last several years, me and myself, Josh, have suffered from multiple health issues. I have been involved in multiple accidents, and I'm having a very hard time dealing with my daily living activities. With that being said, I want to share my experience, my strength, and my hope with all of you, and make sure that you know that you're not alone. And the best part about this is I want to have guests on my show to be able, maybe doctors, nurses, students, that are studying, get their opinion, get their suggestions, Come on, tune in, and we shall have a boom of a time educating ourselves.